Egypt didn't survive collapse by accident. It survived because it adapted. After the chaos of the first intermediate period, Egypt faced a choice: continue fragmenting, or rebuild central authority in a way that actually worked. It chose to rebuild. Power shifted back toward the center, but not blindly. New rulers learned from failure. They strengthened administration, tightened control over governors, and reasserted royal authority more carefully. This marks the beginning of the Middle Kingdom. The pharaoh was still divine, but governance became more practical. Officials were monitored. Resources were managed more deliberately. The state focused less on monument building and more on stability. That's a key change. Religion didn't disappear. Ma didn't vanish. But ideology was paired with management. Infrastructure improved. Irrigation expanded. Trade routes reopened. Egypt reconnected internally and externally. This wasn't just recovery. It was refinement. Egypt also changed how it thought about power. Kings portrayed themselves less as distant gods and more as guardians responsible for justice and prosperity. Texts emphasized good governance, fairness, and responsibility. That wasn't philosophy, it was damage control. The state needed legitimacy again, and legitimacy now required performance. Egypt regained strength, but something fundamental had shifted. Central authority could be restored, but it was no longer untouchable. Local officials remembered independence. Elites remembered fragmentation. The system worked again, but it carried stress lines beneath the surface, and those stress lines would matter later. In the next episode, we'll look at how Egypt reached its peak in the New Kingdom, became an empire, and why expansion introduced new risks that stability alone couldn't solve. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.